Family, once again, we see the power of video and the danger of editing. Now, a viral fight at Cincinnati Jazz Festival was plastered all over social media just this month and painted as a mob of black people randomly attacking a white couple. Now, that's the headline the mainstream media ran with, but when the full unedited video came out, the truth was undeniable. A white man started the violence by slapping a black man in the face, and that slap lit the match. Let's check this video out and come and discuss. And like always, the part where the white aggression started, it was all cropped out. And this is how history gets rewritten. And this is why we must tell our own stories. Now, here are the facts, right? At the Jazz Festival, tensions broke out. A video, which is widely shared, shows a group fight where a white couple is beaten by multiple people. And that's the version the media loved, right? Innocent whites attacked by an angry mob. But the uncropped footage shows that what came first was a white man reaching across and actually slapping a black man in a red t-shirt. And that was the spark. And he basically initiated the violence, right? Now, immediately after that, the crowd reacts. People swarm in, fits fly, and chaos breaks out, right? And in the middle of all that chaos, a white woman is kicked out cold, and not by a black man, but another white man in the chaos. And do you know what happened next? A black man is seen helping her off the ground. And that part, they didn't amplify, right? Now, family, this is the pattern, right? We do know that they cut the story, they crop the frame, they erase the cause, and constantly highlight their reaction. For centuries, we've seen it, right? Black people have been painted as aggressors, and even when we're defending ourselves, right? One slap from a white man disappears, and suddenly the narrative is, oh, right, look at these violent black thugs attacking innocent whites. And this is a propaganda 101. And it works, right? Because millions of people will only see the cropped version and not the truth. And as a black South African, this feels familiar because during apartheid, newspapers would show images of police stations burning, but never show the police bullets that killed these children first, right? They showed us rioting, but never our pain. Now, the police in Cincinnati have charged 5 suspects. They won't name them yet, but they say that more arrests are coming. And the Justice Department even hinted that federal hate crime charges may even apply. But notice how they are already framing this as a potential black on white racial attack. Now, Assistant Attorney General Dillon said, and I quote, "Nobody should be a victim of such a crime, and where race is a motivation, federal law may apply." But let's be clear, this wasn't black racial violence. This was white provocation, followed by black defense. And then the story flipped. Right?
Hear about this.
There was a group of people who attacked a couple folks on the street in Cincinnati. Senator Bernie Moreno, some others have spoken out about it, have been critical of it.
Okay, yes. So what I saw, and I haven't seen the full context, but what I saw is a mob of lawless thugs beating up on an innocent person, and it's disgusting. And I hope every single one of those people who engage in violence is prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And they will be. They will be so long as law enforcement in the state of Ohio takes their job seriously. I know Dave Yost cares a lot about these things. But yeah, I actually, you're right. Bernie did send me a clip of this, and we talked a little bit about it. I don't know the full context. I don't know how the fight started. But the one part that I saw that was really gruesome is you had a grown man who sucker punched a middle-aged woman. And where I come from, at least, when you have a grown man who sucker punches a middle-aged woman, that person ought to go to jail for a very long time. And frankly, he's lucky there weren't some better people around because they would have handled it themselves. But if they're not going to handle it, the cops in Cincinnati, the law enforcement, you've got to prosecute people. We've had way too much lawlessness on the streets of great American cities. How many of you all have wanted to go to downtown Akron or downtown Canton or downtown Columbus for a meal, but you're worried because the local authorities in these big cities have allowed lawlessness to run wild. We have got to make great American cities safe again for families and children. If you want to take your wife or your children out for a meal, you shouldn't be worried about street violence.
And one thing about white folks is that they know how to incite violence and then rewrite history. Whether it's land disposition here at home or colonization across Africa or even racial fights in America, the story is always getting twisted. They attack, we defend, they record half the story, then suddenly we are the criminals. And I do believe that it is a deliberate erasure designed to make white violence invisible and black survival look like brutality. And it's not just about one fight in Ohio. I think it is a system that still treats black anger as dangerous and white aggression as invisible. Now, do I condone crowd stomping someone else's head on the ground? No, right? Because violence always escalates beyond control. But do I understand why black people react after being slapped, after being provoked and disrespected? Absolutely. Because there's only so long that you can provoke a community before the frustration spills over. And when the cameras roll, notice how they never film the build-up, right? They never film the words. They never film the slaps, the harassments. Just the reaction. And then they feed that to the world as proof that we are violent. But I think the lesson here is that we must continue to record, we must continue to share and protect our own narratives. If that full video never came out, the lie would have stood, right? And this is why we need black media. This is why ADNC exists, because mainstream media has always been quick to protect white innocence and demonize black resistance. So let me say it plainly. The fight at Cincinnati Jazz Festival did not start with black violence. It started with a white slap. They cropped the video, they flipped the story, and they nearly succeeded in rewriting reality. But the truth is out there now, and we must hold on to it. Because if we don't tell our own stories unedited, uncropped, and unapologetically, history will always paint us as the villains of a play we didn't write. So I'm Naledi Mfoloe, reporting for ADNC. Let's stay sharp, let's stay proud, and always look beyond the cropped frame. Let's continue the conversation in the comment section. What are your thoughts on this? Please, I really want to hear what you have to say. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That's it from me. Till we meet again, it is bye-bye for now.